Yeah, you don't think that I talk to my daughter and I go into her room? First thing I do when I came in the house. What do I do when I come in the house? The first thing I do when I come in the house, I go in her room. I go and inspect. Hey, is your room clean? What'd you do? How was school? I kiss her on the forehead. I lay there. I sit in the chair. I talk to her. I ask her about her day. I see what's going on all around her. I ask her if she needs any help with her homework. I invite her. I say, hey, listen, you want to come to the game to me today? Yeah, I date my daughter. I show her how she's supposed to be treated. I set the standards within my household. I am a reflection of the man that I would want her to marry. I open up doors for her. I show her what it is to be a wife. Her mother shows her how to cook, clean, wash dishes, what standards that she's supposed to have, how to wash up properly and to make sure that she smells the way she's supposed to smell. Right? This is the reason why you need a two-parent household. This is the reason why you need to date, because she needs to see how I treat her mother, and she needs to see her mother treat her father a certain way. She needs to see me going out to work every day and grinding and hustling. And then when I get home late at night, she knows why I'm getting home is because it's important for me to make sure that she has a college fund at the end of the day. From the time that she opened up her eyes until the time that she's about to be 16 years old next month, already got a car waiting for her. And it's a difference between the way that you teach a woman versus you teaching a man. I am going to set the standard for my community, and then you will have these little funky hoes in my DM talking about, I can't wait for you to break up, or I can't wait for this, I can't wait for that. Well, keep waiting, ho. Because you never had a man in your life that stood on business and showed you exactly how it is that you're supposed to be moving. Huh? You don't have nothing like that. See, my daughter takes the place of her mother when her mother is not here. If her mother is at home, my daughter is doing the very same thing that her mother is doing. Checking on me, making sure I'm good. Hey, Dad, did you take your medicine today? How do you feel? Hey, Dad, what is it that I don't know about? That's the very conversation that we had today is, hey, tell me something that I don't know about you. She said, you don't even know about this and that and this and that and this and that. And we laughed. And I said, you don't know about this. I'm supposed to not even be with your funky butt today. I'm supposed to be over there in Vegas at CES at the Consumer Electronics Show. And she laughed. And the first thing that she do when she get go to a competition, what's the first thing you do when you get home after you get home from a competition and you get a medal? First thing she do is she give me a medal. She give me her medal. Dad, this is what I did. This is what I accomplished. I didn't like the way that this happened. This competition didn't go the way that it go. And when she go over there, and if she don't come in first place and her mother want to go over there and nurture her, to pull her mother back, I said, no, let her suffer through it. Because these small failures in her life is going to be the lessons that, because she's supposed to fail in controlled environments, so she understand the lessons once she become an adult, right? And you ain't never had that. You don't know what that feels like because you so busy focusing on what you want and what being selfish looks like to you, but you don't really understand what it means in order to truly be in a blissful, successful, understanding, riveting, beyond understanding and comprehension, phenomenal situation in marriage. You don't know what that looks like. You don't understand it. And so you think that I'm getting on you. Listen, I get on my daughter harder than I get on y'all. Do I hate her? I get on my daughter more. Before I get on this live stream and hold you accountable, I've already held her accountable. And I set the standards by which her mother is supposed to operate when she's representing me when she leaves out of the household. 100%. Won't even go to the grocery store without her being 100% dressed up. Ain't no getting in no jogging pants. Ain't no getting messed up and just throwing on a hoodie and going to the grocery. That ain't how we operate within this family. We set standards. When I get home at night, this is what I look like. When I get home at night, this is what I look right here, right now. First thing I do is I wash my hands, set the standard, go inside of my daughter's room, check on her, go inside of her mother's room, check on her, see how everything is going, and then gird up and get ready for war so I can teach you how you're supposed to be operating within your lives, within your relationships, and with your finances. It's a blueprint. It's a blueprint. Dating starts after you get into a relationship. My daughter understands that she's a representation of me when she goes outside. She understands it. She knows this. She don't post wild things on social media. She's fully clothed. She don't allow for herself to be anything other than a standard that we set as the Daniels family, as the Daniels clan. When you gonna get yourself together? When you gonna stop being misused by men that then leverage your dumbness against you, and then they take you on tour like Tory Hart in order to parade you around like the dummy that you are, instead of you actually understanding what being a representation of greatness looks like? When you gonna stop getting on these platforms and embarrassing yourself and stop being for the streets? How many more D you gotta take in order for you to realize that, listen, everybody ain't passing up on me just because I'm a great woman and I'm beyond their standards. They passing up on me because they already got the best of me and there's nothing left of me. Now I gotta hope for God to make me a reimagined virgin in order for me to even make myself worthy, yet I'm still praying for a man that I know I'm not qualified for. It's like you going into a dealership. Every time I see a woman pray for a man that they know they're not qualified for, that's like going into the dealership with no money down, bad credit, and expecting to get a G-Wagon. Man, the G-Wagon is at a premium. That's why can't nobody afford it. That's why it's outside of your price range. You can't get into that neighborhood because you can't afford the property taxes. Even if you got a one-time payment. Let's say you trick somebody. Let's say you trick somebody into actually believing that you were the woman that you were supposed to be. You know why the property taxes is so high also? Because they know that you still wouldn't even be able to afford to be there. And so eventually you're going to filter yourself out. Because if you are not exactly what you're supposed to be. Last night on the After Hours show, we reviewed a video from a woman named Ashley Dalton. And I think her channel was called Ask Ashley or something like that, right? And it was this little hood rat on there. And she was trying to give this story about how she lost this rich man, this rich Nigerian, who then very quickly after, 6 dates, discovered that she was really a little hood rat. Or he might have obviously realized it before. And so this Ask Ashley chick was trying to coach her to help her to understand what certain men look like. And she basically told her, and I didn't disagree with anything that she said. She said, listen, maybe you need to lower your standards and start practicing and first get with men that's more closely aligned with what it is that you qualify for. Because these type of men, they require this, they require this, they require this, and they don't want to see you like this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And you can't teach a little hood rat how to be some kind of debutante. She has to already be conditioned and groomed for it. There's people every single day and women every single day that is being trained up to be wives, and they're in a competition because great men come once in a lifetime. They are the 1%ers. And I'm not talking about 1%ers when it comes to their finances. That may come along with it, but I'm talking about their character, their standards, what they gonna build. Sometimes the 1% of men haven't even reached their apex yet because they only 20, 21, 22, 23, 28, 29. Most guys don't even start to get themselves together until they're in their 30s because now they understand exactly how it is that they're supposed to move. By the time that they get 40, they rich as fuck. They done figured it out. They got themselves together. They really men of God. They taking care of business. They on top of things. They pillars of their community. But because they were groomed that way, and there's women that are being groomed to be wives of these guys, you can't and you don't have time to waste simply thinking that you can slut out the beginning of your life and then you can come back and be a reformed virgin because you still the same person. You still talk the same way. You still a hood rat. You still street. You still got bust down. You still got tattoos on your face. You can't undo and unsee all of the issues that came before you. And you think that this is supposed to be some kind of indecent proposal movie. This is not Tyler Perry where they got bad wigs on and trash ass cornrows and pretending like, Diary of a Woman that fucked up her life and then fell into church and came up, whatever the next film is, and that some guy is going to be working hard at the factory and really figuring it out, and he going to come up and save you and want to marry you. This is real life.